I personally never knew that I was that blind until now the truth had been revealed through paying attention to close details. Getting backstabbed was not on my 2025 bingo card, nor was it ever expected. You would think a close friend would cherish your friendship and actually cared about their wrongdoings, but apparently not. It was all through selfishness, narcissism, and attention-seeking. So many lies has been told, and now it's all going to be dug up and brought up to the surface. So if you have been subscribed to my channel for a while, you would remember this video that I made 9 months ago. It was pretty much talking about how Bloody was attacked and how he was getting harassed numerous of times by a person named Icy. It didn't dawn on me that all of this was an act and that I was being played even more than what I realized at the time. And only now I realize I got manipulated and gaslighted. We all did. There's so much that needs to be uncovered, so ladies and gentlemen, non-binaries, or whoever you identify, sit back and relax, because now the truth will be revealed. So if you don't know, Bloody used to be a close friend of mine and a few of my other friends, such as Blloyv3ins and this guy. Bloody was introduced to them by me. I was the first person to meet him as far as our friend group. Me and Bloody were friends ever since July of last year, 2024. How I ended up meeting him is quite interesting, since now I know the actual truth. Many people had tried to tell me about how Bloody acts, but I failed to believe them because of me being generous and naive. I felt extremely bad for Bloody at the time, and now looking at it, all the allegations that were told about him are true. So this all started off with the whole Icy situation. Bloody had claimed that there was a guy named Icy who had came to his house and attacked him, which had him hospitalized. At the time of this, Bloody was put into a coma, and Icy kept making numerous of accounts deeming me and harassing Bloody. I had made several TikToks about it, which are now privated. While Bloody was in the hospital, I had received a text message from his mother which had really deep details, and at the time I believed it, but now looking at it, I had realized that Bloody made it. Because whose mother says BC when they text? If any case they would have spelled because all the way, along with the fact that it says that he was hit 13 times. If she wasn't there at that moment, how would she know the exact number of times he was hit? And if she was there, wouldn't she had stopped the situation? Also, your grammar is shittier than an alligator's asshole. Looking at the persona styles, you can see the similarities. Another thing was, when Icy was allegedly in jail, he was creating gacha videos on his phone and claimed that his friends snuck it in, and even after that, one day he randomly followed me on this account. This whole entire situation had me feeling very paranoid, even more depressed than what I was already feeling despite of my circumstances at the time. There were times where I couldn't sleep when I had my devices taken away because I was scared of my life for Bloody. Especially with the numerous of accounts that were being made, I was also very traumatized because apparently Bloody's sister played a role in this act, who is now deceased. And for a while I blamed myself for her suicide because of the fact that I immediately blocked her after finding out she was a part of the situation, until later finding out that this was also a lie. Also, before blocking one of the accounts that was supposed to belong to Icy, I was also shown gruesome pictures of organs, and he claimed that he had got it from the mail. I was very disgusted afterwards and felt sick to my stomach, and he said he was going to eat it. Although I never really believed that part, but being shown organs at the time really disturbed me. Unfortunately, I have archived my messages after that because I didn't want to see that anymore, on top of the fact that I was around really strict people. Now this situation was very recent and happened starting from last week. Bloody had claimed that there was this account named Jellyfish Official or July. He had claimed that they were saying that he was a pedophile and that they were going to tell everybody that he was. They were making overly sexual comments towards me and making sexual comments about Bloody and Ethan, and was making threats, and it made me extremely disgusted. What I found really strange is that this person knew everybody's ops, Icy, Rowan Echt, including the people from the E Chronicles, Lexxenaii and Ico. I grew very suspicious because it was getting too ironic on how they knew every single person I encountered. I kept questioning them, but they kept giving me a smart-ass remark. They also lied about committing suicide, and Bloody had played an act saying that he was scared and showed me a video of the suicide, which I didn't know how to respond after that. The video was later found through Google Lenses as Bloody was on a phone call with me and a friend and showed. Well, before not knowing that it was Bloody the whole entire time, I was extremely pissed, and this caused me to get extremely hot and feel sick due to the fact of getting angry. They also were making killing videos of Bloody's Ireland persona right after I met July about faking suicide. And the sad part about it, me and Bloody was on FaceTime while he was pulling this whole entire act playing as July. How I found out that it was Bloody the whole entire time was through the grammar of both July and Bloody. While noticing these patterns, I went through Instagram history and searched up the word win and seen the similarities of July and Bloody saying the same thing. Another thing was through the gore art style of both Bloody and July. I had asked several people just to make sure that I wasn't the only one who realized this with the art styles. The very next day early that morning, July had DM'd me talking about Bloody and Lexxenaii, and ended up contacting Lexxenaii, knowing goddamn well that that is one of Ethan's harassers, and knowing that I am currently in a group chat getting fucked over by them as well due to the recent posts and situations with Aiko. Later, he was put into a group chat with me and a few of my other friends, and we confronted him through DMs and on via Instagram call. We also have video confirmation of him bluntly admitting to it and having no remorse about it.
Me neither, to be honest with you. It's just awkward.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Yeah.
so you admitted to all of these stuff, am I wrong?
Yeah.
So you're admitting that you faked a suicide, that you said that you rather kids, and
Yeah.
that you were sending pictures of cats being dead?
Yeah.
Alright, that's, that's... And also, about your heterosexuality, because a lot of people exposed to you for that. Were you the one telling people that you were that you were hot, that like you used to send photos of readers? Was that you?
Yes, it was.
Okay, did you use your friends to get yourself off, and every single time you were will you tell your friend that you're
Yes, I would.
So you admitted that you did that?
Yes.
Right.
Very much.
Okay. So, question. What made you do all of this? Like, what makes you think that this is okay?
Let me think. Let me have a deep thought about this real quick. Might take me a hot minute.
The fact that he thinks that this shit is funny, it's quite sad. He does not care how much this negatively affected multiple people. He continues to create constant Instagram close friend stories stating that he doesn't care and making mockery of how the situation affected me and others, along with the fact of constantly saying that he enjoys being problematic and making concerning Instagram notes. So there's been multiple times where Bloody would make sexual commentary to me and many other people. Bloody at times would send inappropriate commentaries saying that he was going to rape people, and people as young as 9 years old to 11. He would also send pictures of sexual items and say that he wants them knowingly that I am an 18-year-old illegal adult, and it got worse over time. He would also say sexual remarks about Ethan and his ox, knowing that he is a 13 to 14-year-old with a boyfriend, while Ethan is 15, a straight cisgender male. And while Bloody was playing as July, he threatened to make a fanfic of me, Ethan Aiko Lexxenaii, and himself, which made me want to vomit. Knowing that this shit happened to Ethan, and that's just disgusting in so many levels, he knew about this nonetheless. He still had the audacity to say something like that. Another thing to talk about is that he has a weird interest in a book that revolves around rape and said that he loves it. No matter what we told him and how we explained that you shouldn't want to have that type of unhealthy interest in topics like this, he tried to excuse the fact by saying it's just a book rather than actually paying attention to the fact that it's disturbing and that it's a triggering topic for people. Pretty much for the rest of this video is going to talk about how Bloody will crash out and purposely hurt himself along with asking for self-harm advice and act. When we were fixing a situation in our group chat, he crashed out because we had politely said give us a moment when he was trying to bring up a different drama. There are also times where I told him that I felt unsafe or was concerned about the safety of somebody else and he ignored that. All the time I cared and showed my concerns for him and I truly cared about him. I tried my best to be there for him and to defend him just for it to be lies. We all trusted him. I am extremely hurt from the situation and I don't know what else to even say at this point. You already knew I had trust issues and you took advantage of that. You caused me to act hostile towards the people who are telling me the truth and I deeply apologize for my actions. For the record, you are absolutely disgusting for not only pulling a whole entire trick like this for this long, but for also contacting people's harassers, harassing people, and doing the numerous of shit that I had talked about in this video. And the fact that you have no remorse about this is beyond diabolical. You are just an attention seeker and a messy person. You are a pathological liar and a narcissist. The fact that you said you get pleasure from this is just pitiful. I don't see how you think you're going to be able to get through life like this. You had truly broke my heart and made my trust issues even thinner than what it already was. All I can say is that I wish the best of luck for you in life. Please stay safe and I hope you all have a great day or night.